Good afternoon, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me today, I presume that you're innocent of these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release today, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit, or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this afternoon. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. You all solemnly swear or affirm, tell truth, whole truth, none but the truth? Outstanding. When I call your name, please step forward to the podium. Gilberto Essuerga. Good afternoon, sir. What is your date of birth?
Buenas tardes, señor. ¿Cuál es su fecha de nacimiento?
Febrero 5 de 1969.
February 5th of 1969.
Sir, you have two charges this afternoon, aggravated assault and carrying a concealed weapon.
Señor, tiene encara dos acusaciones esta tarde. Intimidación con factores agravantes y portar un arma oculta.
There is probable cause for those charges.
Hay motivo fundado para esas acusaciones.
As to those charges, would you like to represent yourself? Do you want to hire private counsel? Or would you like the public defender?
Referente a esas acusaciones, ¿usted se quiere representar a usted mismo? ¿Quiere que le asigne un defensor público o quiere contratar un abogado particular?
¿Puede un público?
Could I have a public one?
I'll appoint a public defender.
Le nombro el defensor público.
And then, Mr. Vitol, any criminal history?
Yes, there's an adjudication in 2016 at Hernando for DWSR and adjudication at Hernando in 2011 for DUI first offense and 2 counts of DUI damage to property or person. There's a couple out of state, but there's no dispose on those. So.
All right. And, sir, I have an address for you on Broad Street here in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Señor, tengo su dirección como en Broad Street aquí. ¿Ahí es donde usted vive?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you have a job these days?
¿Tiene empleo?
Sí.
Yes.
What do you do?
¿A qué se dedica?
Al concreto.
I do concrete.
Sí.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to set your bond at $1,000 on each count. That's a total of $2,000.
Le voy a fijar fianza en $1,000 por cada cargo, por un total de $2,000.
Condition of your bond is that you'll have no contact of any kind with Mr. Takis.
Las condiciones de libertad es que, o de la fianza, es que no tenga ningún contacto o comunicación de ningún tipo con el señor Takas.
Okay.
I'll have you back in court on November 22nd.
Y lo voy a tener de regreso ante el tribunal el 22 de noviembre.
When you bond out, make sure that you contact the public defender's office right away.
Una vez que salga, asegúrese de que se comunica con la oficina del defensor público inmediatamente. Your Honor, this is interpreter speaking. I just wanted to make sure. Did you say the 22nd of November?
I did.
Señor, solamente me quería asegurar que es el 22 de noviembre.
¿El 22 de noviembre?
The 22nd of November.
Okay.
All right, very good.
Thanks.
That's it. Thank you, sir.
Gracias, señor.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Roswell Howard. Afternoon, Ms. Howard. What's your date of birth?
March 18th, 1992.
Ms. Howard, I have 2 warrants for you today. They were both signed by Judge Rupi. In each case, she found probable cause for violation of probation. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Pardon me, or would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the public defender. Judge Ruby set your bond at no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to have you back in court on the 13th of November. Public defender will come see you before then and see if we can get these things worked out, all right?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, just to clarify for the court, one of them was 6-month probation, and that's already been passed. I don't think it makes any difference.
Because there's still a 90-day offer on the other one, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. All right. Rosa Lisk. After Miss Lisk, what's your date of birth?
August 5th, 84.
Okay. All right. And I have 2 new counts: possession of controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia. And it looks like you're currently on probation for possession of methamphetamine. Does that sound right? Or no?
Correct.
Yep. Okay. Possession of controlled substance, right? All right. So there's a probable cause arrest for the VOP. There's PC for that. There's probable cause for the 2 new charges. As to all these charges, Rosa, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. On the new charges, I'm going to leave the bonds per the schedule, which is $2,000 and $1,000 respectively. On the VOP, of course, the bond is going to be no bond. All of those charges will be coming back on the 22nd of November, and the public defender is going to come see you at the jail before you go to court again, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Tiffany Reservoir. Afternoon, Tiffany. What's your date of birth?
June 15th, 1981.
Tiffany, I got 2 issues today. I got a driving on a suspended license. There's probable cause for that. It appears that you are also currently on community control. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So we have a PC arrest for violation of the community control. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
A public defender at this time. I'm not really sure about if I can afford my private attorney again.
Okay.
So public defender.
So I'll appoint them for now. The bond on the driving is going to be $500. That's coming back November 13th. Of course, the bond on the VOP is going to be no bond.
Right.
You'll be back in court on that on the 22nd. So the public defender is going to take charge of your cases right now, unless and until some other lawyer tells them that they're on the job. All right?
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. Carrie Burns. What Miss Burns? What's your date of birth?
12/20/1974.
All right. And Mr. Vitola, did you look at the PCs on these 2 cases, Ms. Burns and Mr. Henderson?
I did not, Ms. Burns.
Well, I'll give you the Reader's Digest.
Yeah.
All of the details of the rough night that these 2 had are in there. But ultimately what it says, the deputy said it was determined the altercation was mutual between both parties. I treat that as lack of probable cause that anybody committed a battery. And that's how I'm going to treat them both. Doesn't mean you guys might not be able to figure something out, but I'm going to cut them both loose today and give them court dates. That's the why. The PCs are identical for the 2 of them. So
It's like a mutual combat type thing. Is what
yes,
we're looking at.
that's what the deputy said they determined under oath, which leaves me, I think, with nothing.
Okay.
All right. So, Carrie, what's happening today for both you and Tim, I'm going to find there's no probable cause that a crime was committed. That doesn't mean that the state attorney's office might not be able to investigate and talk to the deputy and come up with something. I don't know. All I know is I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, both of you, today. You're both going to be back in court on the 22nd of November, and that's when you're going to find out if the state has decided to go forward and and charge one or both of you, or if they've decided to drop the whole mess, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and then the only advice I would give you is that if the sheriff's office has to come out to referee a dispute between you and Tim again, you're going to go through all this again, and it could get worse, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. So November 22nd, ROR, no PC.
Thank you.
Yep. Tim Henderson? Mr. Henderson, date of birth?
12/9/54.
All right, did you hear all that?
Yes.
Any questions?
No.
All right. Same thing, we're going to release you on your own recognizance, then you'll be back, but make sure you guys are both back in court on the 22nd, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Jose Del Rio? Morning, sir, what's your date of birth?
July 11th, 93.
So you got two charges today. I have an aggravated battery and a domestic battery. And then Mr. Vitola on the ag bat. I don't see anything. The section used is great bodily harm. I see the jail wrote pregnant female. There's no allegation in the PC affidavit that she's pregnant. Well, there is, but I guess that's it. They're going with a pregnant 3 months. Okay. I'll find probable cause for both cases. Jose, as to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
All right. State.
This is Mr. Del Rio. There's no history here now.
Okay. And Jose, I've got an address for you on Portillo Road in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you lived there?
5 months.
Okay. And you don't live with Rebecca anymore, right?
No.
Okay. You got a job these days?
Yeah.
What do you do?
HVAC installer. Crazy.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to set the bond at $500 on each case, Jose. That's a total of $1,000. I'm going to have you. The condition of the bond is that you have no contact with Rebecca while these cases are pending. No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message, don't contact her through any social media. Don't go where she lives, don't go where she works. Don't have any contact of any kind. Any way that you might imagine having contact with her, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bond can be revoked and you can be held without bond until the charges are resolved. It means no contact even if she wants the contact. So if you answer your phone and hear her voice, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see her, you should turn around and run the other way. You need to understand that she cannot drop the charges against you. That's not a decision she gets to make. She may go to the state attorney's office and ask them to drop the charges, but that decision belongs solely to the assistant state attorney handling your case. So unless that person or the judge on your case or your lawyer tells you the charges are dropped, you should assume they are not dropped and you should not have contact. In addition, I've got to hold you up until 4 p.m. this afternoon so that if you wanted to serve you with a civil injunction for protection against domestic violence, we'd know where to find you. If you get the civil injunction, it's doubly important that you not have contact because in that case, not only would you get your bond revoked here, but you could get new charges for violating the injunction. I'm going to have you back in court on November 22nd. Very important, Jose, that when you get out, you contact the public defender's office right away, all right?
All right. What about our kids?
Oh, the kid, yeah. So, Jose, there's no doubt, I don't have any illusions about how that makes visitation difficult. You have to be careful. The onus right now is on you. I'm not telling you you can't see your kid. I'm just saying you have to be careful that if you've got somebody who can help with arranging that, that's fine just for that purpose. But you want to be really careful because if something else, if you have some other kind of contact with her, that can go poorly for you.
Right.
Okay?
All right.
All right, very good. Thank you. Philip Eckel?
Yes, sir.
Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
10-7-82.
Philip, I got 3 charges today, 2 counts of possession of controlled substance, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself, you're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, sir.
Appoint the PD, state.
As known as adjudication 2019 under Hernando for disorderly conduct, adjudication 2016 at Pasco for DWSR, adjudication 2016 and at Hernando for DWSR, adjudication 2012 at Hernando for selling, manufacturing, delivery, or possessing controlled substance with intent to sell, manufacture, delivery. This adjudication 2009 and at Hernando for burglary of the conveyance, adjudication 2008 at Hernando for petty theft less than 100 and resisting a merchant. This adjudication 2004 at Hillsborough for possession of marijuana, for possession of heroin and possession of paraphernalia. And there's adjudication 2002 at Hernando for DUI first offense, and withhold 2002 at Hernando for violation of a DL restriction, withhold in 2001 at Pasco for violation of Florida Comprehensive Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Act, withhold in 2001 possession of paraphernalia.
That's good. That's good. And Philip, where you been staying lately? You been living outdoors or staying with somebody? What's going on?
I've been staying on the boat that I work on.
Okay. And
Hernando Beach.
And that's working on the boat is what you're doing for employment?
Yes, sir. Stone crabbing. I'm a commercial fisherman.
Okay. I'll set the bond on the 2 counts of controlled substance at $1,000 and the paraphernalia at $1,000. That's a total of $3,000. Your case is coming back November 22nd. If you get out, make sure you contact the public defender right away, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, what was the date on that, Your Honor?
11/22.
Thank you.
Michael Gladarisi.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What Michael, what's your date of birth?
5279.
If 2 charges today, felony domestic battery by strangulation and possession of marijuana. There's probable cause for both charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire a
Yes,
private
sir.
counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender, please.
Very good. Appoint the PD. State what can you tell me?
Yes, Your Honor, we have adjudication under Hernando 2019 for disorderly. Adjudication 2016 out of Pasco for DWSR, second conviction. Adjudication 2016 under Hernando for DWSR. Adjudication 2013 under Hernando for selling, manufacturing, delivery, and possession of controlled substance. It dropped 2009 case out of Hernando for grand theft of motor vehicle and possession of paraphernalia. Adjudication 2009 for under Hernando for burglary of conveyance. Adjudication 2008 under Hernando for petty theft less than 100 and resisting. And adjudication 2004 of Hillsborough possession of heroin, possession of paraphernalia. And then adjudication 2002 out of Hernando for DUI first offense.
Michael, I have an address here on Blackbird Avenue in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you lived there?
Approximately since 1997.
You have a job these days?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I'm a house painter.
Okay. All right. I'm going to set your bond on the domestic battery by strangulation at $2,000, on the marijuana at $500. That's a total of $2,500. Condition of the bond is that you have no contact with Mr. Durante. Did you hear me explain no contact earlier?
Yes, I did.
Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
All right. Also have to hold you up until 4 p.m. So if she wishes to serve you with an injunction, we know where to find you. You'll be back in court on the 22nd of November. Very important that you contact the PD's office when you get out, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nelson Jimenez.
Shit.
Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
So with hearsay evidence, I can't remember because they all were born. I was so young.
Okay. So here's the deal, Nelson. You've got 4 charges today: filing false name, driving on a suspended license, resisting without violence, and attaching a tag not assigned. You also have an open case in front of Judge Rupi, 2019 MM1585. I assume Mr. Vitoli will be asking me to revoke his bond if we don't resolve today.
Yes, sir.
And is there a group resolution for these cases?
Not off the top of my head, Your Honor.
All right. Do you know what his history is?
Yes, I do. And it looks, checking seats, it looks like he has an open Alaska County case. I don't know if you see that as well. I guess it's set for jury trial. Yeah, he also has adjudication 2018 under Hernando, resisting without and false alarm or info to 911. Adjudication in 2011 under Hernando for robbery with a weapon and possession of a weapon by a felon. Adjudication 2007 under Hernando for DWSR. Adjudication 2006 under Hernando for DWSR. Adjudication 2004 to Pinellas for possession of paraphernalia. Adjudication 2002 for possession of a controlled substance and DUI first offense. Adjudication 2001 for selling, manufacturing, delivering, or possessing with intent of cannabis and then possession of cannabis less than 20 grams. And adjudication in 97 under Hernando for ag assault, improper exhibition of a firearm, and tampering with physical evidence.
Okay. So Nelson, you have two options today. You can resolve all of your cases, the 4 charges today, the one that you've had pending in front of Judge Rupi for a while, for 60 days in the county jail. You take 60 days, this is all over. If you don't take the 60 days, I'll set bonds in the new cases. I'll revoke your bond in the old case, and you'll be in jail without bond until you go back to see Judge Rupi again on the 19th. I have no idea what she would do then, but you won't be going anywhere until you get these cases resolved. I would also happily appoint you a public defender if you had decided that that might be a good thing. But as far as this afternoon goes, you can take 60 days and wrap them all up, or tell me that you don't want to take 60 days, and then I'll just revoke your bond in the old case.
What was the person charged with?
Okay. Look, Nelson, listen to me. Nelson, listen to me.
I'm sorry.
Okay? I'm not asking you any questions other than, do you want 60 days in the county jail, or would you like me to revoke your bond and hold you in jail without bond? We're not having any other discussion. A or B.
Your Honor, with all due respect.
A or B. We're not having any other discussion. 60 days or revoke my bond, and I'll see Judge Rupi next month.
60 days of credit time served?
What time do you have?
I have already had time in here.
How much? On these charges?
60.
You got arrested yesterday.
That is 60. If you're going to put them all together and run them concurrent.
I'm going to run all your cases together. Do you have any time on the old case? Jail, does he have any time on the old case? Does anybody know?
The debtor already has. I'm only the executor. The office. The debtor already has time in.
Stop talking. Somebody at the jail tell me if he... Stop talking! Do not speak! Jail, can you tell me if he has any credit time on the old case?
I'll have to have somebody I can call up and find out for you.
All right, hang on. I can look too. We'll have a race. You just stand there and be silent, Nelson. There's nothing you say that's going to help.
Yes, Mr. Trustee.
See, that didn't help.
But it's the truth.
It is not. You're a
so.
knucklehead. That's the truth.
There is a remedy and recourse.
Stop. Stop talking.
600.
Stop. I'm ordering you not to talk. Nelson, I'm ordering you not to talk. If you talk now, you can get 180 days in the county jail for talking. Don't talk. This is citation, but he has bonds, so he must have been arrested somewhere. You see any FTAs, Bridget? They got booked in June.
So we came in all the time.
Yeah.
The arrest and then bond in June 15th.
What are the dates?
We posted the bonds June 10th. And we have arrest paperwork 5/6.
5/6.
See what?
Oh, sure enough. There's an arrest 5/6. And
Arrest date is
40? Your Honor,
Yep.
it looks like 40 days on
40.
the misdemeanor case.
Okay. Yep, so I'll give you credit for 40. You want to take 60, wrap everything up?
Withhold adjudication?
No. Yes or no?
With withhold adjudication?
No. You have a history. You get a withhold when it's your
20
first
days,
charge.
Your Honor.
No, the answer is no. You want to take 60 with 40 credit or not?
With withhold adjudication?
No!
Please.
No!
There is a remedy.
No, alright, we're not getting nothing. I'll revoke your bond in case number 19MM1585 will hold you without bond. And the new charge is $1,000 on each count, total is 4. I'll move that case to the 19th as well, and you can think about it till the 19th of November, at which point, by the way, you'll have done more than 60 days, but awesome.
These are courts of business. There's a
Goodbye.
right under the UCC.
Goodbye.
1316.
Bye-bye.
Secure transactions, sir.
Judge is not going to probably be entitled to.
I know he's right. If he had a chance.
And there's also a allegation against a meth that they sent off to the lab.
Well, that'll be here by then, won't it?
Probably.
He's coming back the 19th. I moved it to the 19th. That's where the case in front of you guys. Well, they set this on a felony docket.
No, he didn't have.
He did. I knew he wasn't going. This is not set for a felony.
What they did
The
was
driving
it
felony?
says that they sent it off for testing, it presumptively tested, but
Yeah, I know, but nothing else here is a
nothing else there is a felony. It should go to a misdemeanor date. I just was pointing out that there is an
I understand. I'm just telling you that on page 3 they put it on a felony docket.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. And then page 2 checks the felony box, and I don't know why.
So are we going to keep this a misdemeanor docket then, or?
I think that's where it's got to go.
That's where I'm going to send it.
I'm just going for clarification purposes.
I'm going to send it there, but you should make a note to follow up and see what the plan is with it.
Yeah, I think by then all of this will probably transfer to felony.
Sheesh. Oh, we're not done, are we? Lonnie Knight? All right, afternoon, Lonnie. What's your date of birth?
13198.
Lonnie, got a couple charges today. I got violation of conditions of pretrial release. I have also a domestic assault. There's probable cause for these charges. As to these charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD and state Mr. Knight has an open case, right?
Yeah, it's open felony.
And it related to the same victim.
Yeah, that's my assumption. It looks like it's going for 11-12, 115 in front of Judge Merritt.
Okay.
I'm sorry, where's the public defender appointed?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. What's his history?
Oh, sorry.
That's right.
So I've given felony. He's got an adjudication in 2019 out of Hernando for battery by the same person. He was actually sentenced 36 months probation, so I don't know if this does anything with DOP stuff.
Okay.
And there's adjudication in 2018 out of Hernando for possession of marijuana on less than 20 grams. Adjudication in 2018 out of Hernando for burglary of a structure. And adjudication 2018 out of Hernando for battery. For battery, criminal mischief, possession of cocaine, and possession of marijuana less than 20 grams. And then there's some delinquency stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, Lonnie, the first thing is you had an open case. Job number 1 when you've got an open case is don't commit new crimes. Certainly don't commit essentially the same kind of crime with the same kind of victim. And if you do, they get your bond revoked, which is what I'm going to do. So in case number 19, CF 1904, I'm going to revoke your bond. We'll hold you without bond in that case until you're back in court on the 12th of November. And then on the two new cases, I'm going to find that there are no conditions of bond that can protect the alleged victim in this case from you. And so I'm going to order you held on those two on no bond. Those are coming back on the 13th of November. Public defender is going to come see you about all three cases before you go to court again, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Travis Mason. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
7/14/83.
Travis charges resisting without violence. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. State what he tell me.
Mr. Mason?
Yep.
He actually is a withhold this year out of Citrus for possession of controlled substance without a prescription.
He's got something pending there as well.
Yeah,
That's how this all
I think
started.
that's where he's got a DFP going on because of this.
Okay.
Or I don't even know if they know about this yet. So.
No, they were serving the
Yeah.
warrant.
And
That's
then
it?
He's got some out of state. 2009 there's contempt of court, and then there's several probation violations coming from 2008 to 2004, 2004 to 2008.
Travis, I got an address for you on Friendly Road in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
About 2 years.
All right. You have a job these days?
Yeah, I'm self-employed.
What do you do?
I'm a small engine repair tech.
Okay. I'll send your bond at $500. This one's coming back on the 13th of November. You've got pending out-of-county stuff, so I can't promise you that you can bond out on this because I'm not really sure what's going on, but this one is coming back November 13th, all right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Carlson bonded out. Nathan McKee. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
March 24th, 1984.
And then, clerk friends, did this warrant ever show up in your system? But apparently it's active in the sheriff's system.
Right, I just looked again and didn't find it.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, Nathan, I have the new charge of possession of a firearm by convicted felon, and I have this warrant that has 5 charges: carjacking with firearm, kidnapping with firearm, robbery with firearm, ag assault with firearm, and grand theft. Judge had signed that warrant found probable cause. As to all of those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Stay with you, tell me.
He's got an adjudication as 2018 under Hernando for possession of controlled substance and no valid driver's license. Adjudication 2018 under Hernando for possession of controlled substance and possession of paraphernalia. Adjudication 2018 out of Pasco for DWSR, second conviction, Hernando motor vehicle registration. Adjudication 2018 under Hernando for DWSR. And then adjudication 2018 out of Pasco for DWSR. And adjudication 2017 for Hernando for driver's license. Adjudication in 2015 under Hernando for manslaughter. Adjudication in 2014 under Hernando for the DWSR. Adjudication in 2012 under Hernando for violation of the domestic violence injunction. And looks like there was also another adjudication in 2013, under Hernando for violation of the domestic violence injunction. And adjudication 2009 under Hernando for trespass other than a structure conveyance. And adjudication 2009 out of Hernando for unlawful sexual activity with a minor. And adjudication 2007 under Hernando for no valid driver's license and leaving the scene of an accident with property damage. Adjudication 2007 under Hernando for no valid driver's license, and then there is some delinquency history as well.
Okay. And Nathan, I have an address for you on Arizona Street. Is that where you live?
No, Your Honor.
Where do you live now?
10013 Critter Lane, Brooksville, Florida, 34601.
How long you been on Critter Lane?
I just moved from Georgia 2 months ago.
Okay. You have a job these days?
No, sir, I'm saved.
Okay. I'm going to leave the bond on the firearm by a felon at $5,000. That one's coming back November 22nd. I'm going to leave the bonds on the warrants per the warrant, which is $30,000 on each of the first 3, $10,000 and $2,000. So the total all the way around is $107,000. All the charges are coming back November 22nd. If you're able to get out, you should go see the PD right away. If you can't, they'll come see you at the jail, all right?
All right.
Thank you. And that's it, right?
Guys, we have